Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. I'm your host, Jeff Crilley, and I'm thrilled to have Sandy Padala in studio. She's the founder and CEO of Rex Programming. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Jeff, for inviting me on the show. I'm truly honored to be on the show. Thanks.
Well, you are a trailblazer in more ways than one. First, a woman in tech is unusual, but a woman owning a technology company that is passing on this great information to the next generation, I think is really impressive. Talk a little bit about your programs.
Thank you. So at Rex Programming, we provide computer programming and robotic skills to all ages, anywhere in the world. We are building an online platform, but we also go to your location and provide our services. We teach computer coding and robotics from kindergarten, sometimes pre-K, to adults. Our oldest client is age 54, and he's a plumber who is switching to computer coding job.
That's wonderful. Well, we're going to roll a little bit of video of some recent programs that you've held. And while we're rolling the video, I want you to kind of talk a little bit about why this is so important for this next generation.
So these days, everything is getting more digitized, and this is the place where we have high demand and high paying jobs here. And regardless of what career these kids are going to choose, they should have fundamental understanding of how computers think. They could be doctors, they could be NFL players, but they need to have a basic understanding of how computers work. So they might not end up becoming computer programmers, but they still need to learn.
Does an average school offer classes like this?
We need to. There are several things that are going on in this space. Like, there are only 78 computer science teachers that graduated across the nation in 2018. So 78 computer science teachers. So it's almost unfair to have all the schools offer. And then the next issue is, we are offering, most of the schools offer only, whoever is offering is only in high schools, and that's kind of too late. And a lot of kids are already biased, and especially the girls do not want to try something like this technical in high school. So we are not creating the pipeline.
Yes.
And so we have to change this thing. Like, learning to code, computer science in this digital world is as important as learning to read and write. Every kid needs to learn how computers think right from kindergarten. In that way, like, we can get more girls when they're not biased yet about anything in the world, and they gain a fundamental understanding, and they already have good background on things, and it will be easy for them later on.
Let's dive a little deeper there. So you're saying that a 5-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl, there's no stereotype when it comes to technology when you're 5.
Exactly. The girls are not that biased. They're just in the class like boys, as long as their parents are not biased and they're registering their girl students in the class. And they are open to try on drones. They're open to try robotics. They're open to try circuits, solar robotics, anything that you give it to them equally. They don't even think this is not something I wouldn't do. But it changes somehow when they get to middle school. They are biased. They don't think it's something. They don't see many other girls in the class.
Yes.
And as it moves on, high school, it's even less. And in the corporate world, it's even more less.
Okay, well, when you were in corporate America, what was that like in terms of, like, out of every 100 people in tech, how many were women?
It's very low. Like, my last corporate job was at Harley Davidson. I was a technology design director over there, and my responsibility was to put their business and mainly their plants on a software called SAP. And I had a team of over 200 people. And in the 200 people, like, I have 9 direct reports. Of the 9, 3 were female, and another 3 were female in the entire over 200 people. And HR used to point that out to me that I'm not hiring enough women,
Yes.
me being a woman. And at that time, I used to think like, when all the women are choosing to be nurses, teachers, staying at home for their kids, what can I do? And if I get the resumes, I am gonna encourage women. That's how I used to feel. But when I started the business, then I realized there is a bias across everywhere. It's a untrue. I mean, everyone is like, girls are thinking it's not cool, but you didn't even try. How
Right.
do you know?
Well, I love it, and one of the things that you're doing to make technology cool is holding robotics camps. And so we've got a little video from I believe it was this past summer of a camp that you held. And tell everybody about robotics camp. What happens there?
So we have several kinds of robotics camps. So there's Lego robotics, there's solar robotics, there is drones robotics, and there's circuits robotics. So they touch on different aspects of the things that they see out in the world. And we have Internet of Things. During the Internet of Things, they use Amazon Echo, and they create this fun project where, like, if someone opens their door, that starts spying on it, takes pictures and send them to their phone. This is more for like a middle schooler, high school
Yes.
age kid, but it's a fun project for them to spy who is entering their room. And so it's all really fun.
Yeah, you're making it so fun they don't even feel like they're learning.
Right, and they're learning a lot. And we do teach a lot of creating games camps as well. And after we get then when the kids have started creating games, then they realize they appreciate how much goes into creating games and how much they need to think.
And these jobs, I mean, we just can't even graduate enough people to fill the jobs. The needs are getting bigger and bigger each year, aren't they?
Exactly. Like when I was at Harley Davidson, I'm talking about this 2012-13. We had over 200 people, and every month I had a turnover of 20 people. So every month I need to find more people. And these are extremely high paying jobs. The minimum we used to pay for employees is 100K, and contractors is over 120K to 350K.
Wow.
And we have huge shortage. And it's only going to grow if we don't address this at grassroots and at a high level.
Well, we want to show your website. So it's rexprogramming.com. If people go on the website, they can plug into either a school or a camp. Is that right?
Right. So we would like to partner with more schools and organizations. So right now we are partnered with Green Hill Parish, Lamplighter, St. John's, and we are talking to a few other schools. And we are partnered with Girl Scouts. We are starting with them in Jan. And we have a huge pilot with YMCA next week. And we just signed with Boys and Girls Club.
Congratulations. That's awesome. You are making a real mark on the world, and I can't thank you enough for being on the show.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Absolutely. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.